to Nerdblurb.
Shit, Halo 3 ODST. Okay, they did a presentation on the floor. You could see there's a decent crowd to line up to watch the presentation. They also had it playable, but that was kind of a pain in the ass to get into. There was a long line.
It started around 2 o'clock that afternoon. So
yeah.
we're probably about halfway through our day right now. I don't know.
That dude's from Bungie. I want to be him.
Yeah, they give actually you're gonna hear them exclusively later on in this little preview, just because they do a really good job of explaining what's going on in the game.
This is the beginning of a single player campaign. You've just dropped in, and the timelines are weird. The way it works out is that right now, this would be later in the day. It's probably around 6 o'clock or so in the evening. And the part you're going to see in a minute, the day flashbacks actually take place like 4 hours before you even drop.
Yeah,
so the day part is before you're even technically what you're playing right now.
And what's really cool about the whole storyline is eventually, just like the only thing I could make a reference to is, what's that one flashback game with the dude that... Anyways, eventually the timelines will meet in the middle. So your past will catch up to the present, and your present will catch up to the past.
Yeah, this is a flashback. You're actually playing as a different ODST right now, who's probably about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's actually before you'd even dropped, which is the scene that you just saw before. The entire game is going to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They said the dark scenes, the current scenes, the night scenes are basically like stealthier. Whereas these are very action-oriented, it's very much Halo-y.
And if you notice on the previous scenes, there was a little outline around each character, and you could use those outlines to focus on them.
Yeah,
it was very, what would you call it, GRAW?
It's just like a GRAW. It's like an enhanced imagery, and it shows the outline. So because it's so damn dark, it's kind of their way of getting around that, and letting you see where your enemies are.
Yeah.
Our fans have really been asking us for ever since Halo Combat Evolved came out, just a way to team up, fight against a bunch of Covenant overwhelming odds, and that's what we've done here in ODST. A couple things that make this cool and uniquely for Halo is the inclusion of our skulls. These were in Halo 3's campaign. You recall finding a skull and turning it on would alter the way the game played. Over the course of firefight, at the end of every round, a new skull will turn on. Sometimes they might make enemies have extra health. Sometimes they might make them invulnerable to projectile weapons. With each new skull and skull combination, you're going to have to adjust your tactics as you're playing. Our 4 ODSTs here all work from one shared pool of lives to start out with 7 lives, so teamwork's really, really important. One of your friends runs off trying to play Rambo and dies a bunch, the whole team's gonna... That was a pretty rough wave for our team now. Now it's only 1 life. Looks like they cleared the round, or the wave rather. Now we're in the 5th and final wave of the round. Now, the first 4 waves are generally random, but every time you hit the 5th wave, one thing never changes, and that's that you're always going to have a couple of brute chieftains dropped in on you. Now I can assure you, a chieftain in Halo 3 as Master Chief, no pushover but manageable. Now in this case, 3 chieftains rushing a group of ODSTs, a little bit different story. Let's see how our guys do here in this final push. Have to do is make it through this wave, and they're going to get more health, more lives satisfactory full, more ammunition. And here we go, last man standing. And unfortunately, he didn't quite make it. Now, if he had survived, that would have been the end of the round. And what happens then is your whole team gets to come back.
Welcome to Nerdblurb.